What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you guys how to make thumbnails like JustAlexHalford and Photoshop CC. So now what we need to do is create a new document. People have been asking what's the size and width of the thumbnail. So once you get up, yours should come out with default Photoshop size. We don't want that. We want the thumbnail size. So yours should be 1920. Make sure it's on pixels first. It should be 1920 by 1080. It should come out with a landscape. And resolution is 300. Make sure it's on pixels an inch. RGB color mode is RGB color. 8-bit. And the background should be transparent. And your preset, and you can title it. I'm going to title this thumbnail tutorial just Alex Halford, and I'm going to create it. Alright, now it's going to load up, and now I'm going to do a background. You can download the background image from Google Images. All you gotta do is go to Google Images, type in blue background. You can download any blue background. I found a nice blue one right here, a dark blue one. I'm gonna drag and drop in the document. I'm gonna press enter, but I'm gonna zoom out first. No, before I even do that, I'm gonna go here. If you don't see tools, simply go to window and the tools. Oh, I just unchecked my tools. Alright, so I'm gonna change this to 45 to see what I'm doing. Alright, now I'm gonna press Ctrl T to adjust it. Because later we're gonna compress it because we're gonna be using visuals graphics pack. And I'm gonna press enter on my keyboard, and I'm gonna rename this background to background. And the layers. If you don't see your layers panel, go to window and select layers, or F7 on your keyboard for a shortcut. Then I'm gonna go to right click, and I'm gonna rasterize the layer. Then I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna find the graphics pack that I downloaded. Okay, everybody, so we're back, and this is Visuals 2K graphics pack. So what I'm gonna do is go into this graphics pack, close this out in the disclaimer, and what I'm gonna do is go to extras, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something in the background. I'm gonna click the eye on here. I'm gonna use this right here. I'm gonna click and drag it on the thumbnail. See, it's almost covering up the whole thumbnail. I'm gonna press Ctrl T on my keyboard. I'm gonna drag it out just like that. I'm gonna press enter, or you can click this little check mark. And there we go. Alright, so that's out of the way. So now what we're gonna do is to do the little rectangle he does with a little triangle with it. So what we're gonna do is go to custom shapes. Click on custom shapes, go to the custom shapes tool, drop down menu. First we're going to do the square. Then we're going to go somewhere outside the thumbnail, left click, and just drag it out. And we're going to resize it. Start off right there. And we're going to click on the move tool in our tools panel. And we're going to go move it up a little till make sure your guides are on. and I'm gonna press T on my keyboard, Control T. It's up below. Alright, that's what we got so far. Before we go any further, I'm gonna go to the background because I want to make this a little darker. I'm gonna right click, go to blending options, or you can go to this little FX right here. I'm gonna go to color overlay. I'll give you guys the color code. This looks good. I'm gonna press OK and OK again. And now we're gonna go up here for the background. I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna go here to your layers, and you should see this little lock icon. So you can lock the background so you can't see. And see, when I right click, I can't do any blending options, can't do anything, so this one is locked. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to shape 1, right click, rasterize layer. Alright, now we're gonna go back to custom shapes. This time we can select the triangle, the full one, and now we're gonna go somewhere right here. We're gonna press Control, or we're gonna press Shift, left click, and drag, and we can rotate it. Whoops, delete, or just left click, drag it out, adjust it, just like that. Move tool, Control T. When we go to blending options, we're gonna add another stroke. At the rotating, we can make sure you can't get 90 degrees on the dot, but 90.1 degrees should be fine. So back to the move tool. Oh, make sure you're hitting apply first, or enter. Alright, so it's not perfect yet, so I'm going to Control T on the keyboard again. Make sure it's on the dot this time. Just like that. See if we got it this time. Not yet. Control T again. Just like that. Now it's perfect. So I'm gonna unlock this one. Oh no, I should have kept that lock. Alright, so we're gonna go to shape 1, right click, blending options. I'm gonna go to stroke, because we're gonna add another one. Make sure it's on 3 to 5. Press OK. Oh, not yet. Go back to right click, blending options. We're gonna add a color overlay again. And this one, we're gonna bring this up a little. See how that looks. I'll give you guys the color code for this one. And press OK. That looks good. And for the triangle, make sure we rasterize it. We're gonna go to blending options, same thing. This one, the triangle, will be a gradient. Make sure you add a stroke. Then go to gradient. I'll give you guys the color code to the gradient. Press OK. Uncheck reverse. And press OK again. Alright, so those are out of the way. Alright, so if you guys want, you can leave these unlocked, but you can lock it if you want. But I'm gonna lock these so I don't have to move it around, just for safety, so I don't make no mistakes. So now I'm gonna add. I'm gonna drag and drop them, and you can take a picture of yourself. So I want to go to images and just type in this YouTube username followed by YouTube. I found a picture of him with something, some thumbnail or something that with the Biggest Pro 15 and mask him. And I'm gonna press enter here. That's what it looks like. And we're gonna rasterize this layer. And I'm gonna rename this one to self. I'm gonna right click, blending options. All you guys have to do is add a stroke, and we're gonna change the black stroke to a white, straight up white. Either click and drag, or I can give you guys the code. This one you can, I recommend 10 to 15 point font. 10 to 15 pixels. And I'm gonna lock this one, lock this layer, or you guys can leave it on lock. It's completely optional. Alright, now next is for the text. Alright, now I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna click the type tool, and I'm gonna use this font right here. If you guys don't have this font, link to this font will be in the description below. I'm gonna use the blue font. I'm gonna use I'm gonna type JustAlexHalford. Move tool. Drag it. Control T on my keyboard. You guys can type any text you want. Completely optional. Just like that. Now we're gonna go right click, blending options. The text will have a gradient. Stroke first. This one will have a 3 pixel font. 3 pixel stroke. This one will have a black. Okay. This one will have a gradient. This one's gonna be reversed. I'm gonna see how that looks. That looks that's okay. And okay. That's what we got. JustAlexHalford. Lock this layer. You know what? I'm gonna leave that one unlocked. Add a new layer. Type tool. And this one, I'm gonna type in tutorial. This one will have a different gradient. Third, right click, blending options, stroke, gradient. I'll give you guys the color code for this gradient and the location percentages. That looks good. I'm gonna add a drop shadow. This one should be set to normal. This one should be set to 0. Distance set to 0. Spread to 51. Size to 18. New scope of light. Opacity to 100. Flame mode 100. Noise to 0. Anti-alias off. Unchecked. And that looks good. And now, this one I'm gonna add another new layer, text, and this one I'm gonna change the font color to white, and I'm gonna change the font. This one I'm gonna use a Brima font, and I'm gonna change the font size to around the 18 points, 24 to 18 points. I'm gonna type in Photoshop CC, Control T that, bring this over here, and just adjust it, just to make it sound reasonable. Use the arrows on the keyboard if you want to adjust it. There we go, almost done. One more thing, to make this complete thumbnail, we're gonna go to blending options and just add a black stroke. We're just gonna make it a 3 point, make sure it's 3 points, and that looks good. Okay, and that what it looks like. That's how you make the thumbnail. That's all good. Now we're gonna save this as. Now we're gonna compress it because we use a graphic from GFX Pack. we're going to go to Save As, and we're going to save it to our desktop as a JPEG, and we're going to use a website called compressedjpeg.com. Link to the website will be in the description. Got my desktop, JPEG, save. This is here, 5.3 megabytes. I'm going to press OK. It's now saved to my desktop. I'm going to go to Google Chrome. Now I'm going to go find the thumbnail that I just compressed, which is right here, and drag and drop. And somehow it's not letting me drop it on there. If it doesn't let me do it this time. Okay, now it let me do it. Right, now it's uploading. Now it's compressing. Then download again. I'm going to replace the thumbnail I just created big. So I'm just going to replace this one. Click Save. And it's going to give you a message. Thumbnail tutorial.jpg already exists. Do you want to replace it? I'm going to click yes. And it's going to download the compressed thumbnail. And it's going to give me 182 kilobytes. JustAlexHalford and Photoshop CC. If you'd like to request a tutorial in Photoshop CC, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, Vegas Pro 15, Bandicam, Movavi, Filmora, OBS, Cyberlink PowerDirector 12, or any other softwares you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments below, or ask me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just let me know, and I'll try to do them as many as I can. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Make sure you subscribe, make sure the bell icon, make sure you got the notifications on, make sure you're notified every time I upload. Stay tuned for the Lower Thirds tutorial in Vegas Pro 15. Stay awesome, you guys.